keto, but the scale won't budge. You're tracking carbs, skipping the bread, even turning down birthday cake, and still nothing. Well, you might be doing everything right, but some of the foods you're eating might be sneakily working against your progress. Let's set the record straight. Hey there, I'm Dr. Rose. I'm a physical therapist, retired professor, and a primal health coach, and a woman who reversed her insulin resistance, fatty liver, and prediabetes just by changing the food I eat, not by starving, suffering, or sipping on kale. This channel is all about helping you eat smarter, age stronger, and take back your metabolic power. So we're going to do a countdown from 15 down, and more importantly, what to eat instead. Too much coconut oil. Yes, coconut oil is keto friendly, but it's also pure fat with no satiety value, and a little goes a long way. Try this. Focus on fats that come from whole foods like avocado, fatty fish, and egg yolks, rather than spoonfuls of just added oils for the sake of bumping up your fat. That's not necessary to do. Okay, number 14, salami and deli meats. Sure, they're low carb, but many are loaded with nitrates and dextrose, which is sugar, and preservative. That'll put your blood sugar up and your insulin, and they also contain a lot of preservatives that trigger inflammation in your body. So go for clean deli meats with minimal ingredients, or better yet, buy a big eye roast like I do and roast it up. We know how expensive roast beef at the deli counter is. I roast it up. My husband for Christmas one year bought me a deli slicer, and then we have a ton of fresh roast beef for the week. And that's great. With a slice of cheese, you can roll them up, and it's a great snack for midday. Number 13, keto desserts. Homemade or not, okay? Even sugar-free treats can keep your sweet tooth on life support and make you crave more. So the solution here is to use them as occasional treats, not daily habits, and prioritize savory over sweet when possible. All right, number 12. No, I don't want to get any haters here, but cauliflower is the darling of keto. But cauliflower crusts, rice, and snacks could often be packed with starches, oils, and hidden carbs. So stick with fresh cauliflower and homemade versions using almond flour or coconut flour for crusts. I use rice cauliflower all the time. It works great. I get the frozen kind. Number 11, diet soda. 0 carbs, right? But they can still trigger sweet cravings, and they may disrupt your gut health. They can keep your insulin levels dancing. Better option is sparkling water with lime or a splash of even apple cider vinegar for a fresh bite. This year, my husband, I gave up soda because I don't like the sweeteners they use, and I was buying that seltzer, and it kills me for how expensive it is. But I'll show a picture here of my Berkey and my Arc, and I filter my own water. We're out in the boonies here, a little bit out in the country, so we have well water. So I filter my own water. It's not sitting in plastic, and I make my own carbonated water. And I can put lemon, lime in, or even my electrolytes for a refreshing drink. Number 10, keto ice cream. Let's talk about the keto ice cream in the store. But it's labeled keto, yes, but it's full of sugar, alcohols, gums, and emulsifiers that spike insulin and bloat your gut and your belly. Plus, it's hard to stop after just a half a cup. Swap it out. Try frozen raspberries with homemade whipped cream or high protein, high fat Greek yogurt. That's my go-to. In the summer, I will make some homemade ice cream. I do it with heavy cream or unsweetened coconut milk, and I use allulose. But still, you can overeat that too. It's a lot of fat with heavy cream and coconut. So if you can keep to the small serving size, it's not too bad. Number 9, Bulletproof coffee, overkill with butter. Now, I don't drink coffee, but what people found is that when you put butter in your coffee and use one of those frothers, it's delicious, right? It makes it really creamy. And you can use MCT oil, which is medium chain triglycerides. It's a special triglyceride found in coconut oil, and that can also make a bulletproof coffee. And the special thing about MCT oil is that it's processed directly in the liver, and the liver will make ketones from it. And so when your ketone levels are high, it suppresses your appetite, and all these good things happen from ketosis. Look up that video. It's a series on ketosis and all the benefits and how to get in ketosis and how to stay in ketosis. But how this came about in the keto world is that people were trying to increase the time in between eating, time restricted eating or intermittent fasting. And what happens organically is you start to not be real hungry in the morning, and most people skip a breakfast. So people were doing bulletproof coffee in the morning to sort of extend their fast. Now, here's where you can get in trouble if you're doing it all the time, because really it's a fat bomb without any protein, okay? So it's great for fasting, but not so great if you're having it with a regular breakfast. You're gonna get too much fat. So try this instead. Cut the oil and use a tablespoon of cream and pair it with eggs and an avocado. But if you're gonna go ahead and skip a meal, then that's fine. But you don't wanna have keto. If you have 5 cups of coffee all day, every day, you don't wanna make bulletproof coffee each time. That's gonna be too much fat. Glorious and sneaky. Cheese is delicious, but too much can be calorie dense, addictive, stall fat loss. Use it as a garnish, not a food group. Sprinkle it on, but don't smother your food with it. Number 7, store-bought keto bread. I know a lot of times we're jonesing for that sandwich, and what you'll find with keto breads that they're ultra processed with wheat gluten, cheap starches, and bad seed oils, and 1,000 other ingredients. So swap it out. Try a chaffle. There's millions of chaffle recipes on the internet, and you have an egg and mozzarella cheese. You put it in a mini waffle maker, and there's your 2 sides of your sandwich, and it's keto friendly. Number 6, too many nuts, but it's just a handful. Yes, and that handful of nuts has 200 to 300 calories and are often packed with omega-6 oils because they're roasted in bad oils. A better option is choose olives, boiled eggs, and 1 or 2 Brazilian nuts or some macadamia nuts. Number 5, heavy cream in everything. A little goes a long way, but it adds up fast. Try this. Use coconut milk or unsweetened nut milks. Number 4, zero sugar chocolate. Zero sugar chocolate. I wish, but it's made with maltitol, and that's a sneaky sugar alcohol that raises insulin and your blood sugar and gives you terrible gastric distress. Swap it out for stevia or fruit sweetened chocolate like Lily's. They're a great brand, but still keep your portions small. Number 3, low-carb tortillas and wraps. Even if the net carbs are low, they're often made with wheat flour, modified starches, and preservatives. When you go in the store, grab and look at the difference between the ingredients. My favorite brand is La Banderita, but check it with the other ones and you'll see how bad they can be with ingredients. So lettuce wraps and egg life wraps, that's what I use. Number 2, nut butters. Very easy to overdo, often with added sugar or palm oil. And measure out 1 to 2 tablespoons. So the brand I use, I noticed I would come home every day and have a tea after work, and that's my wind down time, and my peanut butter. And there were times I was hungry and I ate more than 2 tablespoons, let me tell you. But my 2 tablespoons was 5 grams of carbs, so I usually put it in. What I noticed was that with the peanut butter, it's part of the dirty dozen, and it's highly sprayed with pesticides. And so I had to switch to the organic version, and what I was getting was a lot of joint pain, and I didn't know why. It was weird. It was very strange, and I finally pinned it to the peanut butter. As soon as I got the organic brand, it was great. And so organic peanut butter, it's the Smucker's, it has one ingredient, peanuts, no other oils needed, right? So check that brand out. It's kind you have to mix up though. It's natural. And then finally, number 1, keto snacks. Basically candy in disguise, full of soluble corn fiber, sugar, alcohols, seed oils. A better snack are beef sticks, boiled eggs, and homemade keto muffins. So now you know the top 15 sneaky saboteurs of foods that will stall your keto weight loss. Don't stress if you still have some of them in your pantry. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Drop a comment below and tell me which one of these surprised you the most. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a little bit of a gentle keto wake-up call. Okay, thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.